Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Free agent frenzy has kind of come to a halt for the Edmonton Oilers. We believe they're still out there for one more target, but there is other things going on in oil country. Let's take a look at the latest. Let's start with this tweet from Ryan Rishaug from yesterday. Not sure if it's out there yet, but full bonus for Brown kicks in when he hits the 10-game mark. So, barring another immediate injury, Conor Brown will definitely be getting all of his money. It's an excellent deal for him, and I believe a huge deal for the Oilers. Next up, an Evan Bouchard comparable. As Frank Saravalli noted today, Bowen Byram has just signed a new contract with the Colorado Avalanche, which is pretty much the perfect comparable for Evan Bouchard, but as Frank notes, not in a money-saving way. Bouchard is ahead of Byram in nearly every noted category, except for time on ice. Byram signed for 2 years at $3.85 million. You can certainly understand Bouchard asking for slightly more than that. At this point, whether it's a 1 or a 2-year deal, the Oilers will be lucky to get Bouchard in the $3.5 to $4 million range. But here's hoping, with this comparable now out there, it expedites the signing and they can get a deal done. Next up, let's take a look at this tweet from Oilers insider Bob Stauffer. As we continue into free agency, it is not set in stone that the Edmonton Oilers have to sign a fourth-line center. Assuming Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and RFA Ryan McLeod are down the middle, both RNH and Derek Ryan can also play center too. In my opinion, they could sign a winger with speed or bite. Bob makes a few key points here. Clearly, he might not be the ideal fourth-line center, but the Oilers do have a right-shot fourth-line center in Derek Ryan if they choose to deploy him that way. I think he's better suited to the wing at this time, but the option is there. And of course, Nuge can also return to center too. The Oilers can go at it a few different ways. If he's able to play this year, Jonathan Toews is the best remaining option for the Oilers at fourth-line center, but Toews remains a big if at this point. The Oilers also have options in Bakersfield, but if they go that route, it has to be the best thing for the player's development. If playing big minutes in Bakersfield is where they should be, then keep them there. Max Comtois is a name we've heard mentioned, a similar player to Klim Kostin that would bring some bite that Stauffer referred to. As we noted yesterday, Kailer Yamamoto, unless he finds a better deal elsewhere, is a player the Oilers could re-add for depth. If they do go the center route, could the Oilers convince Paul Stastny to take a discount contract for 1 year? He still picked up 9 goals and 13 assists last year in Carolina. Let's see where this goes, but we know the Oilers ideally need to keep the signing under $1 million, probably closer to league minimum. I don't see them going the trade route at this time, but time will tell. I threw together a 21-man roster so far over at CapFriendly to take a look at where the Oilers stand. I gave Evan Bouchard a 1-year, $3.5 million deal, which may be optimistic, and I gave Ryan McLeod a 1-year, $2 million deal, and Raphael Lavoie a 1-year, $775K deal. With those signings, and Philip Broberg up with the team as the 7th D, that leaves the Oilers with $882,500 in cap space, enough to sign one more cheap player for the bottom 6. But of course, all those signings were all estimations, so they may end up with slightly more or slightly less cap space. They certainly can't go big game hunting, but a small addition should be possible. As I was finishing up this video, I saw this tweet from Jim Matheson. Drake Caggiula had an excellent camp with Pittsburgh last fall, and many observers felt he had done enough to make the team. His AHL deal is $500,000 this season if he doesn't make the Oilers. So perhaps Caggiula steals that last roster spot, but I think ideally the Oilers want him playing in Bakersfield. Well, that's all I have for now, guys. Like I said, the Oilers on the hunt for a fourth-line player, whether it's a fourth-line center, fourth-line winger. The Oilers do ideally need to add one more piece there. Bob Stauffer, speed or bite is his suggestion. The Oilers could definitely use some toughness, losing Klim Kostin to Detroit. So, I know there's a lot of different options out there. Not a lot of them sexy options, but there's options out there. I think Paul Stastny might be the best center option if you can't get Jonathan Toews. Max Comtois, like I mentioned in the video, does bring a lot of those same tangibles that Kostin brought. But it would be nice to see Evan Bouchard or Ryan McLeod locked in here fairly soon so we can get a better idea of the cap situation the Oilers face heading into the fall. Let me know what you guys think the Oilers should do in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.